So we've done whatever search we want. And now we have a list of results. And there are a variety of things we can do with those results to continue narrowing in on that record that we need to do something with. So in this case, we have done a search for the title Halloween. Now, that doesn't mean that that's the title of the whatever. That means that's in the title of the whatever. And we've gotten a list of results, 27 results, 10 per page. There is a way to up that we also talk about in advanced cataloging. I meant to get that into this training, but I hope that you're in tomorrow's class. If not, you will be able to watch the video and see how to up that. But you can see that we've done this search for the title Halloween. We have, it says there keyword search, but if you look to the left of the word Halloween, you can see it says title : Halloween. It's defining the keyword search. That's how Evergreen searches. Everything is actually a keyword search that is somehow then defined into that. So it's looking at certain fields in the record. So ignore the fact that it says keyword, because you can see that it was a title search. And we are looking for things that have the format of books. Now, that's going to include all large print. That's going to include anything that is characterized as a book in there. And then our search location is defined as Evergreen, Indiana, so consortium. Now, if you look just below that, you can see that we have applied some filters for this. So we have the publication year after 2013, and we've defined the audience as elementary. And we see this list of results, 27 results. Now, we do have the option, and you can see in those filters, there's a little X, to remove those. And when we remove those filters, we see that we then have more results in our list. Now, rather than 27 results, we have 199 results. And so we see then how those search results are impacted by those filters. Once we're satisfied with the depth and the breadth of our search results, that we think that what we're looking for is in there, we then have some more options, and you can see in this gray bar, you can of course just do another search. You can get into your advanced search, but we're going to look at refining those results that we have. So the first and perhaps the easiest thing, and this is a different search than the Snoopy collection that it's in here, well, the Halloween collection. We're going to get into Snoopy in a second. So in this case, we have done an author search for Kostova, and we have a list of results that has 31 records in it. And I can select this drop down, and I can reorder those results based on my selection. In this case, I'm going to sort by publication date from newest to oldest. And now we have and you can check this, that we have her most recent book in 2018, and then those dates get older as you go down the list. The next option, next to your sort by whatever option, is there's a button next to that that says show more details. And when we show more details, what that's going to do is it's going to expand each of those results and provide a little bit more information about some of the places where it is available, some publisher and identifier information. And this may be a good place to start looking a little bit more in depth at those items before we go into the individual item page or the individual record. We can also refine that search using the facets to the left-hand side. And those facets are populated based on what information is held in the different fields within the MARC record. We'll talk a little bit about subjects at some point. We've already talked a little bit about the personal author, so that would be what was showing in your 100 field. Subject and genres, they're going to show up in your 700 fields. And then if something is in a series, that shows up in some part of your 400s, generally your 490, as well as some other places. But all of that information on the side, that's stored within the MARC record and helps populate those facets. In this case, you can see that I did this search, and we're going to get into this a little bit more in just a second. I did this search for author Kostova. And if you look under personal author, we see that we also have an entry for Mary Shelley. We'll look at that in just a moment, why that would happen. So we have this list of results. And then another option that we have here is we can group formats and editions. And this is kind of in the way, but you can see within this first result there, the Swan Thieves, that we have a book represented, an e-audio, a CD book, a large print, an e-book, and they're all in what's called this grouped record. Now, I said we're going to look at this. If you look down here, we also have in these search results Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. And so you may wonder why that's showing up. I did an author search for Kostova and Mary Shelley is showing up. If we take a look at the record for this title, you can see that when we do an author search, it's not only looking at that personal author name in the MARC record, it's also looking at the statement of responsibility in the 245 field there, and we do see that Elizabeth Kostova wrote an introduction for this edition of Frankenstein. And so that's one way that the author search could throw you with the way that the results come up. So going back to these grouped formats and edition, you can see here, now if I click on the Swan Thieves, it's going to bring me to this results for the grouped record. And you can see now it is expanded out. There are, in this group record, there are 7 entries. And now looking at this page, I see what those 7 entries are, whether it's the CD book, the large print. There are actually 2 CD books in here, and so it'd be interesting to look and see what the differences between, actually 3 CD books in there, to see what the differences between those are, and there may be potential to merge some of those here.